Hey everybody, it's Roll Pal Chuck, and I'm back with another review. And today we're taking a look at from the Legacy Evolution Wave 1. This is Deluxe Class Needlenose. And I have to say, Needlenose is a lot better than anybody I think thought it would be. And I think it's one of the best, if not the best deluxe of the wave. And you know what? I think I'm going to say it's the best deluxe of the wave. Um, it's fun. It's just a great figure. Um, it is a double target master. And we do have its target master stored under the wings here. This one that I'm removing, the purple, is Sunbeam, who is a beach bum that turns into a solar-powered blaster. And this is Zigzag, the double-barreled one. Um, and it basically is a slightly off accurate double barrel blaster. Now, of course, I meant to check the G1 tech specs to give you the actual names of these weapons, but unfortunately, I forgot. They do have very simple transformations, like the original toys, into their robot modes. Now, while we are in jet mode, there is their Evo Fusion mode, where if you put them in gun mode, and if you notice on Zigzag, there are two ports. If you use the front port here and peg Sunbeam in, first of all, can be considered one of their combined weapon modes. We'll get into a bit more robot mode. But if you come into the back here, lift up the rear section, fold out these purple panels, there are slots right underneath that Needlenose will peg into, Zigzag's heels will peg into, and that's supposed to be an extended booster for Needlenose. A little silly, but there's that. So what I think we'll do right now is we will pause so we can get into the rest of the transformation to robot mode. Okay, gone ahead and adjusted the camera. Opening up that backpack, that back section, and flipping out what will be the robot mode feet, that you consider the first step. The next part you want to do here is loosen up the nose cone, flip it all the way back, and it will peg into that backpack section, which then you're going to pop all the way forward and bring it down, and it will snap into place, just like so. Next, what you can do is come underneath and first straighten the blue section of the fuselage, which will be the robot mode legs, out, and then unpeg it from right under the armpit of robot mode and bring it down. Very easy transformation. Now, I do have to mention that as you handle the figure, your hand will naturally want to grab it down here, and doing so will unpeg that back panel. Also, I almost forgot to mention, the instructions show that this tail fin comes detached in robot mode, in the packaging. On mine, it wasn't. So just keep an eye out if yours is. Also, Zigzag and Sunbeam were stored in tissue paper underneath the tray the figure was in. So now that we have the figure standing, we can finish the transformation. Open up this panel here. And now what's kind of cool is you see these slots. As we already know from early leaks, maybe not necessarily this figure, but a variation of this mold will be designed to peg into Voyager class or Leader class Prime Skyquake, or a repaint of it that is like its European G1 counterpart, and that this mold will be repainted, retooled into one of the Predators, which were the Decepticons that were part of that line. They were all flying jets, and there was a combination gimmick involving looking through a viewfinder and stuff like that. So bring down this chest panel, rotate these arm panels up, push back on this little section here. This is actually the, if you want to peg it into a stand and jet mode, flip the head up, bring these panels down, and now you'll close this up. The tabs here will go into that section there, and then on whereas these tabs were originally on the top, they're now going to peg into the sides, and these tabs will go into the top. So you'll have like a 4-point secure connection there for the chest. To finish off robot mode, unpeg the arms from the shoulder, fold them down, and bring them forward. Do the same thing here. And if you want, you can go ahead and angle the wings back. That's a nice little touch that's really not shown in the instructions, but... And there we have Needlenose in its robot mode. Very nice, very articulated, nice deep knee bends, universal joint at the hips, universal joint at the shoulder, swivel the bicep, double jointed knees, elbows, yes, that's for transformation, but still. And you even have wrist articulation, which that's a nice little touch. Like I said, this figure is a lot nicer than it needs to be. Now, you can bring in its double target masters. They can go into either hand, but as as those of us who grew up with the double target masters remember, the combined weapon mode was actually something along the lines where you would take the bottom one and then peg the other one in the top facing back, that it would form a longer stock. Now, this is alluded to if you go into the scan the QR code on the packaging. This is a solar powered like beam cannon or something. It's a combination of both blasters. And I also remember that depending on which figure formed the barrel, that would be the primary weapon. So if you were to do it this way, and when you're doing it with a zigzag on the bottom, you'll notice that there is some grooves that, with that heel section, for Sunbeam to fit into. This is a double-barreled, solar-powered fusion cannon, some kind of cannon. Like I said, unfortunately, I don't remember. And the original bio card only gave one name. But the fact that you can, this is how you do it, and that we have a figure that can is comparable to the Thrilling 30 Scoop, which in a way it is, and in a way it isn't, because we're now almost 10 years removed from that line, and in terms of design, the figures have moved on. But now there was a version of Needlenose released by the Transformers Collectors Club that was a double target master, did include Scoop's target masters with it. That was a combined, and I think that one fits a little bit better to Thrilling 30 Scoop. Do I think we're going to get more double target masters? Who knows? Needlenose has been a long time coming, and I kind of feel, just seeing at the quality of this figure, that this was a project of love from some designer, that they wanted to get this figure out. And I think it's really cool. I really just can't stop gushing about it. Hotshot was okay. Breakdown is very meh. But Needlenose, and we're waiting, I think, on Scraphook, but Needlenose thus far is like just blown them all away. Pardon the pun, being target master. So yeah, we'll pause, and we'll come back with my final thought. So yeah, you've really heard me gush over Needlenose's entire review, and I have to say, it's well deserved. This is a fantastic figure that I think everyone should get. This should be your first purchase from the wave. It's as I've said time and again, and I'll say it one more time, this is way better than it has any right to be. I mean, Needlenose for the longest time was a forgotten G1 double target master. Um, one of the very last Transformers released in America in the 1980s. I don't think this figure was ever released in Japan, so there's no connection there. So definitely, it's just way better than it should be, and I'm really happy to have it. Uh, if you just trying to be fair, there, for some cons, it does seem like on mine the wings are a little warped, that they don't sit as flush in jet mode as they should, and it can be a little tricky to keep the feet uh, folded closed properly in the rear there, having them pegged in. Like they kind of want to pop out. But those are minor things, and to be honest, I think you would spend more time with transforming Needlenose or keeping or displaying it in robot mode, just so you can get like some really cool poses out of it using uh, the target masters and stuff like that. So yeah, definitely. If you see this figure, pick it up on site. You'll get a ton of enjoyment out of it. And I would like to see maybe more of the double target masters done. I know it might be a bit of a push to get Scoop done again, since it was done in the Thrilling 30, but maybe the Dump Truck Guy, Quick Mix, Quake, stuff like that. I think there was only two Decepticon double target masters. I don't remember entirely, but yep, but definitely pick up Needlenose. That's about it for the review. If you like this review, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. While I always appreciate the views, the likes, comments, and subscriptions, um, help to communicate to YouTube through their algorithms that my channel should be exalted and held upon high. If you want to make the ultimate sign of support, um, there is my Patreon. It is www.patreon.com/chuckdog1999. All I ask for is $1 a month, $12 a year. No thrills, no tiers, no special rewards. All you're doing is helping me help you, help me to help you bring figures like this to you, as well as keeping up the infrastructure of the channel. But as I always say, I know that times are tough right now. We have inflation. We are on the precipice of a recession, and that finances may not be as easy to come by. With that being said, if you can't do the $1 a month or $12 a year, your views are more than thanks enough. As I time and again say, Patreon is just a cherry on top of an already generous ice cream sundae. So that's about it for the review. For Needlenose with Sunbeam and uh, Zap, was that? Oh, Zigzag. Oh, I almost forgot the name. We will see you next time.